What's up, everybody? Yours truly in the space, in the place. Once again, Mickey Smith Jr. Look, guys. I hope you're having a great day today. I hope your day is amazing. I mean, look. If nothing else, it's Friday. I mean, that can't hurt. And today I don't want to keep you long, but I just want to share something that was just kind of on my heart and on my spirit this morning. It's so interesting that life imitates art and art imitates music in such a meaningful and powerful way. You know, when you think about it, when you think about the music, there's really only a few notes. There's only really a few sounds. For example, I could take these sounds right here. It's just four sounds. But with those four sounds, there's an opportunity to recycle, to repurpose, right? To rebuild them in a meaningful way. We don't go out and get more notes. We just utilize the available resources that we have. And if I take those four notes, I can create, I don't even know, like we're being spontaneous right now. From those four notes, I can create a whole song. We could go all day. And watch this. Sometimes the greatest significance musically comes from the least amount of movement. Sometimes we can lay claim to one sound. Just one sound, you know, with one or two other ones can create an incredibly meaningful and powerful moment. Listen, what I'm trying to tell you today, you don't have to have all the answers. You just got to answer the call. You don't have to have an abundance of stuff. I just need you to use the stuff you got. And one thing that teaching elementary has taught me in the last few days is that great teaching is, how can I say it? Great teaching is creative redundancy. Meaning kids are at such a young age that I can't roll out in multiple concepts and deep thoughts and all this kind of stuff. So my educators out there, watch this. I'm actually teaching my kids, I'm teaching my kids a few rhythms. And these rhythms are pretty complex. So I understood, yes, they can do it, but the way that I get them to it has to be different. So instead of just writing out the rhythms, what I did was I put lyric to the rhythms. And before I even wrote the lyrics down, I just randomly said these obscure, ridiculous things like, chicken pox can't fly, figure it out, pineapple stop. And of course, if you go in a crowded building right now and you say, chicken pox can't fly, figure it out, pineapple stop, one or two things are going to happen, okay? They're either going to call the authorities or they're going to get you committed. I'm just be honest, because that's some crazy stuff. But then after I did that, I invited them to say it. And you know what? I got some weird looks at first, but there was something that just was kind of intriguing about this. All of a sudden, they started participating. Then what I did, I came back the next day and I took those weird words and I put them to a rhythmic set, almost like rapping. And I challenged the kids to say it in time with me. Chicken pox can't fly, figure it out, pineapple stop. Again, they have no idea why they're doing this, but we had them come back and reinforce it. Are you understanding how I'm coming back and doing the same thing? And then after I did that, then I asked them to talk with their hands. So then we took out the tabano drums, the little floor drums, and we started saying, chicken pox can't fly, figure it out, pineapple stop. And then what I did was I came back again the next day. Notice I haven't changed anything. It's just creative redundancy. We're doing the same thing over and over again, but we're giving it fresh life. I think our lives deserve that too. There are some things that whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, you got to bring that same concept, but bring a fresh energy to it each day. And what I did at this point was I said on the parts where we say can't fly, I want you to clap it out. See, sometimes you may be facing another day where it looks like the same thing. And honestly, it probably is the same thing. My question is, can you add the seasoning? Can you add that distinctive quality in your teaching, in your life, in everything that you do? So for me, instead of it just being chicken pox can't fly, figure it out, pineapple stop, because we were doing the same thing over and over again, I didn't abandon the whole thing. I just added something to the thing to make it more of a thing. So all of a sudden now I tell them to clap on can't fly. So it's chicken pox, can't fly, figure it out, pineapple, stop. And now watch this, their hands are moving and it's becoming something that they're not having to think about. It's automated because we've internalized that cadence, that sound, those words that they're using. So now fast forward, now I'm at a place, now watch this. Now I do like the kids. See, when you got kids and they learn how to talk, you don't hand them the thesaurus when they're 2 years old. You don't hand them the dictionary when they're a year and a half. You let them speak, right? You let them speak. You let them figure out their sound. You let them, come on, somebody. You let them discover their sound. And then after they discover the sound, you allow them to keep on going. And from that, there becomes to be an awareness and development. And then you come back and you put them in school and you say, oh, that thing you've been saying, that's the letter A. Oh, that thing you've been saying, that's that's that sound. Then you make the connections. So now with the creative redundancy, now what I'm doing is, now I've written out the rhythms for them. I'm gonna turn around so you can see it. Now I've written out the rhythms, okay? I've written out the rhythms, and with those rhythms, now I'm gonna come back and we're gonna make connections between what they see and what they be, what they've internalized. So now it's gonna be chicken pox, can't fly, figure it out, pineapple, stop. And all of a sudden now, there's a level of understanding. There's a level of appreciation. Now, I'm not saying it's unicorns and rainbows every day. All I'm saying is sometimes we get in such a hurry to teach that we abandon what we need to stay on for the sake of excitement, okay? And I need you to understand something. Discipline is where it's at. Discipline has been where it's at. Discipline is where it's at, and discipline is where it's going to be. And discipline, I don't mean you're fussing, but discipline means that you're staying the course. When I say keep on going, that doesn't mean we hop from one thing to the next. It means we stay that course, right? We stay on that course from potential to promise, but we have to persevere to get through it. And I'm here today to tell you that discipline is not the enemy of enthusiasm. Okay, you can be enthusiastic about something and still be disciplined. Matter of fact, I would even argue that your enthusiasm is increased when there is a level of discipline, because discipline brings a level of consistency. Discipline brings a level of reduced anxiety. Discipline brings a level of familiarity. And honestly, guys, we are creatures of habit, and that's not a bad thing. So I want to challenge you to keep on going. I want you to do that today with my third grade. I'm only sharing this with you because I was challenged in this area, because we've been doing the melodics for a few days, and you start hearing the gripes. You start hearing, I want to play the bassoon. And it's like, dude, you're 8, you can't play the bassoon, okay? But anyway, my music people know what I'm talking about with that one, And I'm like, well, man, maybe I should abandon it. But then I remembered, forced creativity is also creative redundancy. So now I'm like, let's stay redundant. Let's stay disciplined. Let's stay in the groove, but let's just be creative about it. So up until now, watch this. I've been challenging them to learn the song We Will Rock You. I changed the key. And I set it up to where we had the little detachable glockenspiels, so they can literally go, we will rock you. And like, it's almost error proof. I mean, I broke this thing down in such a way. We talk about making that teaching Snapchatable, Instagrammable, TikTokable, so small that you can't even mess it up. So watch this. Oh, you can't hear it. This is the real deal, y'all. Here we go. There you go. That's We Will Rock You. So we playing it like that. Well, of course, there's not a lot of keys on here. They kind of got tired of that. So I'm like, well, man, should I abandon it? And it occurred to me, no, because the way that got that keyboard set up, it's the same as the piano. It's just the keyboard without the black keys. So now today I'm going to have a kid on piano. I'm going to have a kid on these Orff instruments right here. I even pulled out some other Orff instruments that they haven't seen yet, okay? I'm also going to take out the bell kit today, okay? We're going to set that up. And all of a sudden now they're like, wow, shiny new instruments. Wow, that is so nice. They're going to be excited about it. But newsflash, It's the same thing. I didn't actually change anything. But what I've done is I've given them a new stage, a new platform to operate in, and that's going to bring the level of excitement up, but the discipline stays there. Because people say they want something new until they get something new. And then when they get the new thing, they're like, oh, it's so different. They don't like it anymore. So I think the balancing act is to make these young people, to make people feel like they have something new, but at the same time, it's so familiar that they don't lose themselves in it. So today we're going to have our setup right here. We're going to have our melodic mansion right here with all our melodic instruments, and we're going to work on We'll Rock You. I'm going to have a few kids on the drums, and then we're going to have almost like stations where kids go from one station to the next. I'll put the timer on, and we'll have we'll do probably about 10 seconds, okay, on each one, because again, with third grade, their attention span is their age in seconds, especially if it's a free activity, like they're doing their own thing. So I got about 10 seconds on each one, and they'll move, and then we'll start doing it more organized where I'll take the lead, because I think it's important that I give them some level of autonomy, and I let them have that, what do they call it? Asynchronous learning, right? So I'm gonna let them kind of do their thing on their own, and then, the tyrant's gonna come back in. I'm gonna kind of take over for a second, but I'm a benevolent tyrant. I'm a benevolent ruler. I rule with gentleness and compassion at times. So then we'll go around and we'll do that, and then after that, I have a track that I made with some music. It's the background music that We'll Rock You, and then boom, they'll do that, and then we'll be done. But watch this: the entire class period was repetitive. The entire class period was redundant, but it was done so with personality and creativity. And I think that that's the significance, guys, that we bring, because if it was just about subject matter, then it wouldn't matter. But it's about showing them that they matter, but it's first understanding that you matter and what you bring to the table. So each day, I need you to discover your sound. I need you to bring your unique personal significance to this classroom experience. Now, you can hear what I say and do it the way that I just said, but it's gonna be different, because the moment you step into the room, your personality should shine through. Whether you're an introvert or an extrovert or an advert or whatever you are, and however you are, and whoever you may be and however you may be, the cool thing is that nobody can do you better than you. So today, I need you to do you, and I need you, most importantly, to be you, and I need you to make your classroom sound, your teaching epic, and if you do that, your legacy will be significant, guys. Look. I got to go find out more on the website, MickeySmithJr.com. And do me a favor, if you hadn't already, subscribe to the YouTube challenge, guys. Look, let your actions speak today. Listen, if what I say and what I do are congruent, okay, if they're true, if they're together, then I'll have a better chance of being successful. And you will too, guys. So let's continue to be everything that we say we are. Like my man said, they're exactly who we thought they were. And the same is true for you guys. Keep on going. Your sound will change the world if you do just that. MickeySmithJr.com.